Alright, Shalom. First thing and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Yahweh Shema Shai Barakathum, to the house of David, which consists of the hopefully elect, which we're hoping and striving to be a part of that number, man. Alright? Because all the things that was written before concerning the judgments, the destruction, alright? We're in the time where those things are going to be fulfilled, man. You know? And you see, if you're not right with Yahweh Shema Shai, then you're not going to have that hedge of protection. Alright? Because it's going to be the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright? By way of that hedge of protection, that's the only way we're going to be reserved when it's all said and done and all hell breaks loose out here. Alright? You see, and this is what we're trying to proclaim to our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, right? That, hey, except you repent, then, hey, you're going to be a part of this dreadful destruction that the Lord is getting ready to open up with. All right? So, more so here in Babylon the Great, because this place is beyond reached the limits of wickedness. You see? All right? The Lord is more than justified. If he were to destroy this place right now, he would be more than justified. But again, being that the Lord said these things, and you know, it's just a matter of these things playing out. All right, these things have to play out, like Revelation 13, 16, and 17. That has to be mandated. All right, you know, World War III has to come to pass. Which these things are quickly in the works, man. These things are quickly brewing up. All right, and if you don't have the spiritual eyes to see, then you know, hey, that's because the Lord has these people in the state of slumber. You know, these people, they have no clue what's getting ready to happen out here. But again, because we're trying to proclaim these things to our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, all right, what the deal is, man, right? So just through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, today is January 14th, man, the year 2022, the year the Lord is going to turn up. This is the year of the turn up. And you see, hey, as it's been said for many, many years, decades, it's only going to get worse out here. All right? So, I'm going to get this. And as usual, just going to go through the Spirit, let the Spirit flow. All right? I'm going to get this in Revelation. Because people wonder why so-called bad things are happening on the earth, why things are happening, right? You know, and people are in that state of, well, can't we just come together? You know, why can't we all get along, right? You know, everyone wants to come together to sing, you know, Kumbaya. This ain't the time for that. And these things are happening, these things are taking place on the earth because the Lord is visiting this earth. All right, and the Lord is pissed off right now due to the wickedness. All right, like I said, man, you know, wickedness, like I said, the Lord, he will be, if he were to destroy America right now, he'd be justified, right? Because not only a thing of America reaching this wickedness, this place is only getting worse. As far as wickedness is concerned, this place is only getting worse. And you see, because the Lord is allowing this place to get worse and worse, wax worse and worse as far as its wickedness. All right. All right. So that, because the scriptures talk about how this place is being reserved for fire. This place is being reserved for fire. So he's allowing this place to just stack up on iniquities. All right. Stack up on transgressions and iniquities. Matter of fact, before I get this, I'm going to get Revelation chapter 18. I'm going to start at verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. And see, again, America is already in that state of declining. You know, America has been going down ever since 1969, 1970. All right, that's when America started going downhill. So you see, this place has been going down. you know. But again, due to the fact that, you know, these people are blinded, they just because they have the freedom to go out, you know, and you know, go to the store and go to the club and do all these things, that people, they think themselves to be in a good case, when that's not the case. All right, this whole so-called, you know, situation that's going on in the earth right now, right? You know, the thing that took place, that started back in 2020, right? It's been nothing but a cover-up. Because again, America's economy is failing, and it's been failing. You see? And like I said, this thing has been nothing but a cover-up. All right? And an excuse for them to roll out with the Revelation 13, 16, and 17. All right? You know, do away with the Constitution, because that's what's coming next. All right? You know, you people, and that's another thing why people are still in that state of, you know, peace and safety, because they still have quote-unquote rights, right? Well, hey, that's another one of those things. This thing that's going on in the earth right now, that's going to be a justification on them doing away with your so-called rights. All right? Because, you know, it's been coming out, going into these camps, all right, which they've already been here, all right? They've been setting them up, all right? You know, but again, due to this thing that's going on right now, this is going to be more justification on taking people out their homes. Here it is, Joe Biden. He just what did he do, man? He deployed, what was it, National Guard troops, I think it was, to 6 states. Trying to get the number that they said. And again, hey, the men of the Lord, they told you these things were going to happen. You know, I said it several times. Hey, get prepared to see a military presence. Because when all hell breaks loose, hey, the military, they're already going to be here, all right? You know, and that's when they're going to usher in the order. Because in order for them to bring in the order, they have to be justified, all right? You know? So when the chaos ensues, that'll be justification on bringing in the order. And again, doing away with their so-called rights, right? And you see, when we speak on these things, which we have been, like I said, start with our apostles and elders for decades. We're conspiracy theorists, right? We're field mongers, right? Hey man, I'm just saying like this. The Most High, which his name is Yahweh, all right? And all things are done in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahushai, all right? The Lord is a field monger, all right? You know? Because the Lord is constantly giving a warning, all right? If you don't want to get right, you don't want to do what you're supposed to do, then hey, you're going to be destroyed. The Lord, hey, this is the thing, what people don't understand about the Most High, man. It's either his way, or you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be killed. You see, so Yahweh Shema Shai, he's a fearmonger, man. What does the scripture talk about how, let me see if I can find that real quick. See if I can find that real quick. But before I get that, because I don't think it says, but just going back to how Biden is deploying the military in 6 states, right? Due to the whole staffing shortages and things of that nature, right? You know, this whole shorting staffing thing, right? You see, they gotta fill these gaps. They gotta fill these holes, right? Because people are not only quitting due to the whole, you know, mandates and whatnot, but a lot of people are walking off. They're walking off the jobs. People are resigning, right? You know, so again, these gaps, man, they have to be filled. And so that's why I said, hey, you know, get ready to see a military presence, right? And hey, because that's the trench. All right, the scriptures talk about how when you see the armies come past Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right, so when you see those armies starting to, you know, compass about us, just know that, hey, the time of trouble is near. You know, it's nearer than what we believe. All right. So I'm gonna see if I can look for this real quick. So this is Jeremiah chapter 5. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 22. Fear ye not me? And that's a question. There's a question mark at the end of that. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. And the Lord here is in all caps, so it's talking about the Most High himself. All right, it's talking about Yahweh himself, man. It says, will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree? Right? Say, when the Lord, don't you know, man, that, you know, let's say you go to the beach, man. You go to the beach, right? You see the waves coming up on shore, and then they go back. Well, that's a decree by the Heavenly Father. All right? You know, because hey, man, them shores could just, them waves could just rush on shore, man, and wipe everything out. But you see, all right? You know, the waters, man, they obey the Heavenly Father. All right? So they have a decree. You know, like I said, you see the water coming on shores, and then it recedes. It goes back into the ocean, right? Well, that's a commandment by the Heavenly Father. And this is the power that you don't want to fear, right? It says that it cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. So you see, again, this is the same power, right? You know, who's given a decree, a perpetual decree for the waves of the sea, right? Not to just come rushing up on shore and destroying everything, right? You see, this is the power that you don't want to be afraid of. Contrary to what this word teaches, that the Lord is some sweet cat, man, that he's, you know, all loving and forgiving. No, man, the Lord don't play games. Like I say, man, it's his way or the highway. And in this case, hey, death. All right, you're going to be destroyed, man. You see, but this is what the people have forgotten. All right, when it comes to the fear of the Lord, the people they've forgotten. They've forgotten the fear of the Lord. Well, hey, you know, this is what the men of the Lord are here to do. You know, to usher in or basically introduce you to the true living power. All right, because it's not Jesus. All right, it's not God, man. It's not Jehovah. It's not Yahuwah. It's not Yahweh, all right? It's not Yeshua, all right? You know, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And you see, hey, the Lord's getting ready to, hey, man, he's getting ready to shake this place up. And people are going to soon find out the true powers when it comes to Yahweh Shai. Because again, this place has gone too far, too long without the fear of the Lord, right? So going back to this in Revelation chapter 18. Revelation 18, verse 2 again. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils. All right, and what's going to cause this place to become a habitation? It's going to be by way of those ICBM missiles. All right, nuclear warheads, 200 million warheads, nuclear warheads. It's going to hit Babylon the Great. It's going to turn this place into a lake of fire. All right, and that's the ultimate judgment of Yahweh Shai. All right, because the scriptures talk about how the Lord, he's a consuming fire. So his spirit is going to be like whenever you see fire spread. All right, because you know, a lot of cases, fire it can spread, it spreads and it can spread quickly. But that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai. It's a consuming fire. So the spirit of Yahweh Shai is going to be in those missiles. All right. And then they're going to hit their intended target because they're going to be shot forth throughout the four corners of the earth. They're not going to just hit just America, all right? Because Babylon is America, all right? So they're not going to be just hitting just America. They're going to be hitting different parts of the earth, all right? But the thing is, America is going to be completely destroyed and completely wiped out, and that's what's going to turn this place into a desolation, all right? Because those missiles are going to completely wipe this country out to the point where it's going to be a desert forever. This place is never going to be built back up. It's never going to be built or inhabited by mankind ever again. And that's why I said here, it said, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All right, so the only thing that's going to be dwelling here is unclean beasts, creatures, satyrs, screech owls, all right, so on and so forth. Those are going to be the only living organisms that's going to dwell here in America after those missiles hit. Because this place, once it gets hit by the ICBM missiles, is never going to be inhabited by mankind. So you see, as far as the America's future, there is no future. Again, this place is going downhill. It's been going downhill ever since 1969, 1970. All right, this place is through. This place is finished. This is locked, yo. Slakia had to make some quick adjustments, but nevertheless, this is the future for America. So all you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, all right, you're putting all your time, money, all your trust into establishing yourself here in America, Babylon the Great. Well, it's going to be to no prevail. It's going to come to naught. It's going to come to nothing. It's all going to be pointless because this place is going to be destroyed. You see. So verse 3 says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." Yeah, because again, this whole earth is in a state of wickedness. This whole earth is in a state of wickedness. You see, because Babylon has been a tool used in spreading this wickedness. Matter of fact, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7, it says, "Babylon," talking about America, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad." So you see, again, America, Babylon has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand. All right. And again, America has been the main tool used in spreading this madness. This is why a lot of these countries, man, the governments are failing. All right, you know, they've allowed Esau to come into their nation and spread their poison, right? And this is why you see uproars of the people, right? This is why a lot of these nations, man, they want Esau out their countries. They want the so-called white man out of their country. All right, because this democracy has destroyed these nations, man. You see? And hey, this is why ultimately when you read in Revelation the 17th chapter, all these nations are going to shoot their missiles at Babylon. Again, over 200 million warheads are going to hit this place. All right? You see, so this whole earth is in a state of wickedness. All right, and that primarily has to do with Babylon the Great. All right? Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 8, Jeremiah 51 and 8. "Babylon is suddenly fallen." Yeah, because in 1 hour, a kingdom that took over, 200 years, 300 years to become what it is today, right? In 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed. It's like spending 4 hours at the beach, building up a sandcastle, right? You know, you take you take all this time building up a sandcastle, and then in a matter of seconds, it's all destroyed. That's how America's going out. All right, 200-300 years. Actually, I believe 500 years. Right, a couple of hundred years, however long. All right. In 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed. In 1 hour, this kingdom is going to be destroyed. So you see, again, verse 8, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed." And you see, balm, that's a healing agent. All right? You see, and there's no healing. Again, there's no healing for Babylon the Great. There's no coming back for America. There's no future for America. This place, no matter what you do, you can print all this money into the society, right? No matter what you do, there's no healing agent for America. This place is through. All right, so again, You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you're putting all your trust, all your resources, all your time into Babylon the Great. It's going to be for nothing, because eventually this place is going to be destroyed. This place has already been in a downhill ever since. All right, you know, and it's only going to continue to spiral out of control from there. So America's through. America is finished. So going back to Revelation 18, this is why our minds need to be focused on things pertaining to the kingdom, man. Let me get that real quick. The book of Colossians, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. All right? And only the true followers of who you call Jesus, all right? The true followers of Hamashiach, Yahushua Hamashiach, all right? You know, because the scriptures go into how basically having the same mindset, the like-minded mindset as Yahushua. And you see, when Yahushua walked the earth, he wasn't in the spirit of, you know, coming together and love and peace and, you know, seeing the Roman Empire, you know, flourish. No, man. Right? And that's the same mindset that we come in, man. We don't want to see this place continue to flourish. Because let's just say, and this is why the scriptures talk about how the Lord is speeding the days up for the elect's sake. Because if the Lord didn't come and save us, then there would be no flesh to be saved. We'd all be through. That's what you Jakes, man, you Israelites don't seem to understand. Let's say we were to go here, we were to live here another 100 years, man, if that. All right? You know? Then, hey, man, we'd all be done, man. We'd all be through. So, hey, this is why we're hastening. We're hastening the second coming of Yahushua, man. Where the captives seeking to be freed out this place. All right? Because no one in their right mind, you know, when you get locked up, man, you know, unless you got life, right? No one in their right mind wants to stay an inmate, man. Eventually, hey, you know, as each day goes by, right? That's just a day closer to freedom. Right, you look forward to you know, getting out, man, and that's how we are through the Spirit, man. Right, each day that goes by, we just know, man, it's another day closer to seeing our salvation, man. We're another day closer, Yahushua delivering us out of this place, because again, the captives are seeking to be freed. Right, because America was never set up for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians to flourish, to be somebody, to be comfortable, complacent, so on and so forth. This place has been nothing but a pure hellhole for you people, for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Right? As far as America, this is Esau's kingdom. This is his rulership. This is why they live in the suburbs, right? This is why they shoot Jake down, they shoot our people down, they get away with it, right? You know, they can do whatever they want and get away with it, because this is their time to rule. They are in their heaven, right? Well, hey, in the book of Isaiah, it talks about how, hey, hell is being prepared for them. Slavery is being prepared for them. Because, hey, our time is coming, right? You know, again, the kingdom in which that's going to be our heaven. You see right now, Esau, he's in his heaven. We're in our hell. Well, hey, in our kingdom, we're going to be in our heaven. All right, Esau, he's going to be in his hell. And this is one of the many things that we look forward to. Going back to Colossians 3:1, if he then be risen with Hamashiach, you see our people are talking about reparations, right? You know, they're crying out for justice, no peace, right? Well, hey, real reparations is going to come in our kingdom when we have our hands wrapped around their neck, man, right? That's real reparations for you. All right, real reparations comes with let me get that, man. Let me get that. In Revelation And it's only fair because they did it to us. You know, they did it to us as far as, you know, us being in servitude to these heathens, more specifically Esau, Edom. All right, because whether you want to believe it or not, you're still a slave. All right, just because you don't have shackles on, that don't mean you're not a slave. Right? So they did it to us. It's only fair. It's only justice, right? It's only right that, hey, you know, we're gonna have our time, and they're gonna rule. They're going to be in servitude to us. That's true justice. That's the reparations we want. So Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, right? Because again, this is what we're waiting on. Patiently waiting on. The time of real reparations, true justice, having these nations in servitude to us, all right? Subjecting these nations, because in the kingdom, all the nations outside of the nation of Israel, they're going to be in servitude to the Israelites. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to receive it or not. All right? That's the true justice. That's the true reparations. All right? Again, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's what I just said. Right? They did it to us. It's only fair. It's only righteous. Hey, you know? And that's how it was by default. That's how it was set up by default. All right? These nations, they were created to serve us by default. Right? Leviticus chapter 25. You got people that they question these things, man. Well, God created everyone, right? You know? If God doesn't love everyone, then why would he create everyone? You know, why would he create these other nations? Right? I'm going to read this in Leviticus chapter 25, verse 44. Matter of fact, because, you know, back in ancient time, you know, you actually had Israelites under subjection unto other Israelites. And you see, if that was the case, you know, where an Israelite, he would have another Israelite as a servant, you know, then you were supposed to deal with him accordingly. You were supposed to deal with him, you know, treat him accordingly, right? I'm going to read this, Leviticus 25, I'm going to start at verse 38. I am the Lord your power, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your power. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant. So basically, you know, again, if you have a fellow Israelite as your servant, right, you're not supposed to treat him like a heathen, right? You know, it says, but as an hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee until the year of Jubilee, because after an appointed time, you're supposed to let that servant go. Again, pertaining to Israelites that had other Israelites as servants. After the appointed time, you're supposed to let them go. Right? It says, and then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family. And unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. So you're supposed to let him go free. After that, at this appointed time, the year of Jubilee, right? You know, him, his kids, his family, they're all, you know, you're supposed to let them go, right? It says, for they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. So again, we're not supposed to treat them as a heathen. All right? That's what the heathen, the actual heathens are for. All right? When we read verse 43, it says, thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear thy power. So again, we're supposed to deal with Israelites that are, you know, Israelites that had other Israelites as servants. We're supposed to deal with them according to the law. All right? But it says, verse 44, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen. So you see, again, like I said, if you know, the question is always being asked, well, if God doesn't love everyone, then why did he create everyone? Right? Well, again, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. So this is what the heathen, the other nations, the natural Gentiles, this is what they were created for, to serve the Israelites. All right? So that was it on that. But again, just showing, this is what the heathens were created. This is how it was set up by default. The heathens serving us. Right? But, you know, hey, when you read in our history, man, we constantly went off. We constantly disobeyed our power, man. And what did he do? All right? He put us into subjection unto these heathens. All right? You know, we became their slaves. Their captives. You see? But it was always by default, you know, the heathens serving the Israelites. It was always set up that way by default. Right? Because, hey, you know, in our kingdom, we're going to be kings, man. We're going to be gods. All right? You know, and what do kings have? They have servants. They have slaves, man. You see? The top international bankers of this society, the so-called Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, all right? Hey, they're blessed. They're truly blessed. You got our people talking about they're blessed. You're not blessed, because when you look into that word being blessed, what being blessed, what that really means, all right, is that you have slaves, man. You have people, you know, under subjection to you. And you see, we're all under subjection to Esau, Edom, in one way, shape, form, or fashion or another. All right? We're all in servitude to the top international banking families, man, that run this society, that run this world. Because Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? So they're the ones that run this earth. All right? And again, we're all paying tribute to them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All right? We're all under subjection unto these, these international bankers. So you see, again, they're blessed. They're truly blessed. Right? And again, like I said, hey, it's only right. They did it to us. They did it to us. Wait, you know, hey, they're going to be our slaves. They're going to be our bondmen and our bondmaids in our kingdom. You see? And that's true justice. That's true justice. So I'm going to go back to Revelation. Revelation. Revelation chapter 2. Revelation chapter 2. Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 25 because, again, the thing about it is, hey, we got to be patient. You know? We got to be patient for these things. Right? Again, you know, because Jake, man, you know, Jake is naturally in their spirit. You know, they want the kingdom. Naturally, it's in their spirit. They want the kingdom. This is why they go about it. You know? They try to make it big in the society, you know? Because the majority of our people, man, you know, they want to, you know, make it to the big screens and make it to the big leagues and stuff like that, you know, because naturally they want the kingdom. But this is not the time and place for that. All right. This has been a time of reflection. The Lord set this captivity up for us to think back, man. Because, hey, when you look at the state and condition of our people, it's like, damn, man, you know, it's something I often meditate on, man. It's like, what the hell did we do as a people to be in this position that we're in today, man? Because we're come from a line of royalty, man. When you read all the great stories in the Bible, man, the great examples, you know, our great forefathers, man, King David and his mighty men, right? And all these beautiful stories, man, that's our history, you know? And this is the lineage that we come from, right? You know, so with all that being said, like I said, you look at the state of our condition, the state of condition of our people today, man, it's like, damn, man, we went from all that to look at us now, man. But again, hey, we constantly went off, like I said, man, it's just like, what the hell did we do as a nation of people to deserve this, man? I'm not even going to say it because we did deserve this, But it's like, what did we do? What did we do in our past lives to be in this position, man? Because it's like, damn, this is the lowest condition that we have been as a nation in forever, This is the lowest we have ever been, But hey, again, this is why our things are focused on the things pertaining to the kingdom. All right, because one of the many perks and benefits, right? I'm gonna go back to Colossians. I'm gonna read this verse, Revelation 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. All right, going into this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is our first love, right? Hey, this is what it's all about. Everything is minute. When it comes to this truth, man, when it comes to Yahweh Shem Shai, this should be in the forefront of our minds, man. This should be the top of the list. All right? This is what it's all about. This is what we live for. All right? We breathe this, man. This is what it's all about for us. This truth and serving Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? Because like I said, hey, the nations, they were created to serve us. Well, hey, we were created to serve Yahweh Shem Shai. So this is what we live for. So this is what it should be all about. Doing the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right? But hey, whatever you have, because each and every one of us, we've been given a different portion of the spirit. All right, so every brother's not going to be on the same level, So whatever we do have, hey, hold on to it, because that could be enough to get you through Jacob's trouble. All right, and obtaining salvation. So whatever you do have, man, hey, embrace it, hold on to it, as your life depends on it. All right, because literally our life does depend on it, man. As we come into those times, man, Scripture say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Right? This is what's going to carry us, man. When it's all said and done and it gets bad out here, all right? You see, because when all hell breaks loose out here, everyone else is going to be in that state of, they're not going to know what to do, all right? They're not going to know what to do. But you see, depending on the Lord, the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, they're going to be straight. The hopeful elect, hey, we're going to be good. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We got nothing to worry about. Again, talking to the hopeful elect. All right, we're hoping and striving to be a part of that number, man. We say that humbly, man, because we don't know. We don't know. But hey, part of our confidence is, hey, the elect, they already have the victory, right? They already have the victory, They already have the victory. So, hey, whatever the will of the Lord be, whatever the will of the Lord be, and that's what the Lord is training us up, This is Scripture saying, enduring hardness as a soldier, man. Enduring hardship, man. Because you come into this truth thinking it's going to be easy. Hey, you better read Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter. It's only going to get hard, man. But hey, again, that's the Lord building us up. He's building us up, all right? Because like I said, hey, when that day comes, these people, they're not going to be able to withstand. They're not going to be able to do it, man. They're not going to be able to handle it. But the elect, they are going to be clear-headed, sober-minded, all right? They're going to be straight in that day. You see, because, hey, when the Lord opens up, when he opens up judgment, it's going to be no mercy, man. It's going to be no mercy. And listen, man, brothers and sisters, hey, we catch help all the time, every single day. It's like we can't catch a break. You see, we deal with all type of tribulation and affliction, man. And this is the Lord showing us mercy. Brothers deal with all type of stuff. Yet this is the Lord showing us mercy. Well, hey, just imagine when the Lord opens up and there is no mercy. Scripture says, hey, man, these people, they're going to be dwelling they're going to be dwelling in torments, man. Constant pain and misery, constant suffering out here. That's the future for America. All right? Just constant pain and suffering, screaming, mourning, gnashing of teeth, man. People are going to be pleading for their lives. begging for help. And the Lord's just going to leave them out there, man. Because, hey, you rejected the Heavenly Father. He's going to reject you. This is the power that we're dealing with, man. And again, this is the power that you don't want to be afraid of, right? This is the power that you don't want to be afraid of. You know? A power that at the snap of a finger, we'd all be done. We could all be done. You know? I believe the scriptures actually say that about how, hey, if the Lord wanted to, man, I believe the scriptures talk about how if the Lord thought about it, then hey, we'd all be done. You know, if the Lord think it, then hey, you know, it'd be done. We'd all be finished. You know, I'm talking about all of existence, right? All of us, all of existence. If the Lord just put it in his mind, if he just thought that thought, we'd all be finished. This is a power that you don't want to fear. This is a power that you don't want to be afraid of. You know? But hey, this is why these people, man, they got to find out the hard way. But I'm going to go back to this in Revelation 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, because you see, it's a thing of enduring unto the end, as it tells you in Matthew 24. He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You see? Because this great temptation, this hour of temptation, all right, this time of tribulation, right? You know, this is something, I believe it's in the same chapter, actually. Or is that chapter 3? Yeah, that's chapter 3, but nevertheless, this hour of temptation, it tells you how this is something that's going to befall the earth. All right? You know, and hey, it's been broken down many times. All right? Just go back and watch the videos, man. Hey, there's no such thing as pre-rapture. All right? No one's getting raptured into the clouds before this great tribulation. All right? And this is why, again, hey, the Lord is building us up, man, because to be able to stand in that day when that hour of temptation comes, which is going to come when Revelation 13, 16, and 17 is mandated, you know? And you see, you got people folding now with the whole Vanessa, man, you know? With the draconian measures, man, the mandates and stuff, people are already folding. So you can just imagine when Revelation 13, 16, and 17, because that's what this whole thing that's going on in the world right now, that's what it's all leading to. All right, like I said, man, hey, this whole thing that's going on in the world right now, you know, it's been the perfect cover-up. The elites of this world, man, they would be fools to let up on this. And it looks like they're not letting up on it. And we hope they don't. We hope they continue to you know, come up with their agendas, you know, push forward these agendas, man. Let's get the ball rolling on this thing, man. It's like, what are y'all waiting on? You know? The prayer of Yahweh Shem Shai, he continues to put it on the spirit and the mind of these devils, man, to continue on with it, man. Lord's will, they don't ease up. Lord's will, they don't, you know, they don't take their foot off the gas, man. No, man, Lord's will, this thing continues to speed up. Let them do what they got to do, because the further they come with the more they do their thing, all right, the sooner we can get out of here, man. You see, again, because hey, this is all the spirit. You see, when we see these things that's going on in the world, you have people again in that state of, even Israelites in the truth, right? They're all afraid, man. You know, oh damn, man. You know, hey, they coming with my, you know, my job is starting talking about mandating the Vanessa, blah blah blah, right? You see these things happening, and a lot of Jake men, they're afraid, they're nervous. But you see, again, to the hopefully, like, hey, we see these things and we're like, man, let's get it on with it, man. Let's hurry this thing up. Speed this process up, man. You see, that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because, hey, man, the spirit of the Lord is going to have to be with you in that day. Because if not, you're not going to make it out here. You're not going to make it. Again, hey, this is the Lord building us up, man. He's strengthening us to be able to have this type of attitude to where, hey, you know, we see these things happening, you know, and hey, we're excited. We're rejoicing, you know. So Revelation 2, 26 again. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end. Because again, there's no pre-rapture. No one's getting raptured into the clouds before the tribulation. No, we all going to have to be here. And we're all going to have to endure this thing, man. The only difference is, hey, if the Spirit of the Lord is with you or not. All right? Because the scriptures talk about how those that you know, did what they were supposed to do while they had the liberty to do so, you know. You know, they sook Yahweh Shem Shai while he, you know, made himself available, right? To those people, hey, they're going to be preserved from the said peril. All right. Somehow, some way, shape, form, or fashion, they're going to be all right, man. Because it's nothing for the Lord to provide for his elect. You know, it's nothing for the Lord to come through. Again, look at all the great examples of old, man. Look at all that the Lord did for us, man. Our forefathers. You know, hey, look what the Lord's doing. Look what the Lord did to us now, man. Even in today's day and age, man. Because hey, if Esau had his way, we'd all be done. You know, it's only through the Spirit, the mercy, the grace of Yahweh Shema Shai, we haven't been completely wiped out. Because here it is, these devils, man. You know, hey, man, we're being poisoned to death. You know, all the radiation and all the frequencies out here. You know, all the shit that they're spraying in the air. You know, all the things that these devils are trying to do to destroy us. If it wasn't for Yahweh Shema Shai, man, we'd all be done. So just look at what the Lord did for us, even in today's day and age. So you see, it's nothing for the Lord, man. You know, so to come through for one of his elect in the time of trouble, it's nothing for the Lord, man. You know, but it says, to him will I give power over the nations. So you see, again, this is just one of the many benefits in our kingdom. Having power over the nations, man. Because again, hey, they did it to us, right? It's only right. Hey, we're going to be able to do it to them. Like I said, it was set up that way by default. The nations were created to save us, to serve us, by default. All right? You know, but of course they don't teach us in the churches, right? But go back to Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above. All right? Our mind is focused on spiritual things, man. We're not focused on, you know, being here another 20 years, man. We want to be out of here yesterday, man. Hey, man, when 2020 hit, right? When this whole, thing started back in 2020, and they locked things down, man. Hey, a lot of us, I talked to the brothers about it at the camp, from time to time, man. Hey, we thought that was it, man. We thought that was it. They locked things down, man. We thought the Lord was coming that year. We thought that was it. And you see, hey, that's the spirit to be in, man. That's the spirit to be in. So like I said, hey, because they again, another one of those things, the men of the Lord, we've been telling you, all right, hey, because be prepared, because they're going to lock this shit back down again. Believe it or not, they're going to lock things back down again. We've been telling you that, all right? You see, and again, here it is. They're mobilizing the military throughout different states. They've been mobilizing the military, and a lot of those foreign troops, man. You look into something called sleeper cells, right? A lot of those foreign troops, they're already here. They're just waiting on the green light, man. Because hey, man, America's military is weak, all right? You see, and they're not going to get the job done for the most part. When they get like they did in Kazakhstan, right? Hey, they said, hey, they basically gave the green light to open fire on the protesters, man. The same thing that they're doing in Myanmar and other places where they're opening fire on protesters, right? Hey, when they get the green light here in America, for the most part, America's military, they're not going to be up for the task. This is why they're going to send them the foreign troops, some blue hats, right? And they're going to get the job done, right? They're going to get the job done, believe it. Hey, the scriptures talk about how, hey, man, they're going to be like madmen, sparing none, spoiling houses, destroying houses, right? Kicking in doors, man. People getting separated from their families, right? Executed on spot. This is coming to America, man. This is coming to Babylon the Great. So, hey, because speaking of Revelation, what's that? Chapter 3, where it talks about how, chapter 2, where it talks about how, matter of fact, let me go to it, because I always get these two confused. I always get these mixed up. Revelation chapter 2, let's see what this one says. Yeah, Revelation chapter 2, I'm going to start at verse 9, because again, as I've read, right, it's a thing of enduring until the end, and hey, as we come to this time of judgment, right, hey, all of our works are going to follow us, and you just better hope that, hey, man, you've been partaking in this ministry the best, the best that you can, man. You've been doing something to the best of your ability, man, because, hey, when the time of judgment comes, hey, real quick, I'm gonna read this because we're coming into that time of harvest, right? We're coming into that time of harvest, man. And we're all gonna reap what we sow. You know? Like the saying in the world, you reap what you sow. Hey, we're coming into that time where everything that we've put out, we're gonna get it back. You know? We're gonna have to reap what we sowed, man. So I'm gonna read this in Job chapter 4, verse 8. It says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So you see, all you that sow wickedness, plowed iniquity, because again, hey, you people think that you're getting away with your sins, your iniquities from your Yahweh Shem Shah. No, man, it's just bills piling up, man, and eventually the Lord is going to collect. Eventually, you are going to have to pay that tab. You see, so all you that reaped and sowed iniquity, right? Hey, you know, I'm gonna read it again. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And you see, hey, we're coming into that time. Hey, you know, the harvest is being ripened, man. This place is being ripened. This place is being ripened for all hell to break loose out here, man. And again, all of our works, they're gonna follow us come this time of judgment. You know. So hey, this is why it's hey, man. We gotta stay the course, man. You know, we can't take our hand off the plow, man. Here it is. We are at the end. And again, if you have the spiritual eye to see, you can see we are in the end, man. And that's another thing, part of the fear of the Lord, because hey, contrary to what they teach in this society, there's no such thing as free will. All right, you know, and that's a scary thing, man. Here it is, things are happening, and people they don't know, they can't see it. You know, that's a fearful thing. You know, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's in control of all that. Who gets it, who doesn't get it. You know? But going back to this Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works, you see, hey, because it's more than just saying that you're an Israelite, it's more than just saying that you believe, right? You know, faith is backed up by works. And you see, like I said, this is why we got to partake in this ministry, man, to the best that we can. You know, we gotta make do with what we got, man, and put our best foot forward, all right, and hope for the best. Because again, we don't know if we're one of those of that elect, man. We don't know, but the scriptures say we put forth the works as if we are of the elect. Roughly paraphrasing it, you know. Hey, man, brothers is not so diligent for no reason. All right, eventually this is going to pay off. Eventually we are going to get that reward, man. We're going to obtain that reward. You know, eventually this is going to pay off. You see? Because, hey, being that we're prisoners of hope, right? Like I say, man, the Lord, he's not going to have those that are faithful to him, you know, he's not going to have them looking confounded, man. Eventually this is going to pay off. But it's just a matter of enduring it until the end, partaking in this work until the end. It says, I know thy works and tribulation. All right, because, hey, you know, like I said before, brothers is catching hell. Listen, man, brothers and sisters, we catch hell every single day. You know, every single day, man. It's like we can't get a break, you know. But, hey, the Lord knows, man. The Lord knows what we're going through. All right, he's the one that's orchestrating it, right? So that, you know, all the more reason to pray to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. As the scripture say, pray without ceasing. You know, we're supposed to wear the Lord's ears out, man. You know, cry unto him. You know, it's been in my spirit lately. Hey, I've been saying this lately. Hey, utilize the names Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and I guarantee you, you'll know the difference. And I say that through the spirit. I say that in faith. I say that in confidence. I'm a witness. All right. You know, brothers. Hey, you know, brothers can testify, man. Stop calling on that idol, Cesare Borgia, all right, who you call Jesus, all right, and utilize the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. See the difference, right? But you got to call on it in sincerity and in truth, man. Not wavering, all right? You can't be wishy-washy, you know? Because when you pray, hey, you gotta have confidence. Like I said, it's nothing for the Lord, man. During a time of famine, right? You're hungry. Here it is, you might have a wife, you might have kids, you know, y'all all starving, right? You know? But see, that's going to be the case for a lot of people, right? You know? And what are they going to do? talk about the non-believers. What are they going to do? They're going to go down to them camps. They're going to go down to them stations. All right? When this thing, Revelation 13, 16, and 17, when that plays out, right? You know, and in order to eat, you have to have proof of that Revelation 13, 16, and 17, that charagma, right? And hey, you know, you're in a position where you can't eat. You know? Hey, best believe a lot of people, they're going to go down to them stations. They're going to take that charagma, and they're going to prolong. They're going to prolong their life a little longer, because people don't understand. You take that charagma, you just prolonging your life a little longer. All right, you know, because eventually, hey, I'm gonna read it. Lord's what I get to it. All right, because this is going to be the time where, hey, the Lord's going to be opening up judgment, man. All right, because it talks about how, hey, man, you're gonna have to drink the cup of the Lord, man. Y'all gonna drink this cup. All right, so Lord's going to get to that. But Revelation 2, reading on in verse 9, it says, in tribulation, excuse me, because going back to what I was just saying, how you may have a family that's not of the elect, right? You know, they're starving and whatnot, right? And because they don't have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, they're going to go down to them stations. And they're going to take that charagma. But hey, versus those of the hopefully elect, those of us on the right hand, all right? Hey, you know, hey, because brothers have wives and families and whatnot. Hey, when that day comes, you know, hey, the elect, they're going to call it to Yahweh Shema Shai. And again, it's nothing for the Lord to provide food in a time of famine. You know, look at what the Lord did with Daniel. I believe it was Daniel, right? How he teleported Habakkuk. You know, he was in a completely different part, right? He teleported Habakkuk, right, to Daniel to bring him food. You know, you read about how, you know, birds delivered food. You just look at all the different examples that the Lord left for us to learn from, right? Romans 15:4, man, the things written aforetime were written for our learning, right? These things are exhorting, they're comforting. Because, hey, I've been saying it, you know, here it is, you know, when these things have happened to our forefathers in the past and the Lord lifted up these standards and performed miracles, how much more now? When this is going to be the worst time. All right, nothing. You know, all the bad things that happened, starting from Genesis all the way up to this point, combined, it's not going to nowhere near compare to what's going to happen during Jacob's trouble, man. This is going to be the worst time in history. So if the Lord lifted up the standard back then, it's not going to be any different now, man. In fact, the scriptures talk about how the Lord said we're going to be doing greater works than he did when he walked the earth. You know? And then even more so the scriptures talk about how, hey, the Lord did so many miracles that, hey, you know, there's a lot of works, there's a lot of things that the Lord performed that was not even contained in the Bible. And yet the Lord said we're going to be doing more than he did. You know? So, hey, you know, we're expecting the spiritual power to come. You know? It only makes sense for the spiritual power to come. You see? But it says, in poverty, but thou art rich. Right? Because what makes us rich is truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You see, hey, man, another contrary to what they teach in the society. Right? Because I'm going to say this. The real high-value men are the Israelite men of Yahweh Shema Shai. Those are the real high-value men. That's what money doesn't make you a high-value man. All right, what makes you a high-value man is a man. The scriptures talk about how a man don't look up at a man, don't commend a man, you know, for his countenance, you know, how he looks, or you know, his possessions, or whatever the case may be. You commend him by his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's how you commend a man of the Lord. All right, you see. So a real value is coming back because we lost our value, right? The scriptures refer to us, the Israelite man, as gold, but we became dim, right? But hey, value is coming back to the Israelite men, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian men. All right? And again, what makes you a high-value man, not according to this society, but in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, is by the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you possess. This truth is what makes us high-value men. Right? So that's how it says, in poverty, but thou art rich. All right? Because, hey, we have what everyone else doesn't have. Again, these people are walking around thinking that shit is sweet. They have no idea that all hell's getting ready to break loose out here. But we do. We do, and we understand. Right? And again, hey, Lord, will we be of that number, man? Hey, we're going to be protected. We're going to be preserved, man. All right? You see? So, hey, man, this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this is what makes you valuable. All right? As the scriptures say, hey, a man of the Lord is going to be more precious than fine gold in that day. Again, not just any man, not just any Israelite man, but a man that possesses this truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? You're going to have people from all over the place looking for the men of the Lord. You know? Trying to seek answers. You know? Trying to find out what's going on, man. Why are these things happening? Because, hey, the men of the Lord, they have the answers. All right? But you see, hey, in that day, like I said before, a lot of you rejected Yahweh Shem Shai. When that day comes, a lot of you, the majority of you, is going to be rejected. So you see, in that day, hey man, our mouths are going to be shut. We're not going to tell you shit. All right? Because hey, the ultimate cold shoulder, right? Hey, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's getting ready to give the majority of you people the cold shoulder, man. So hey, you know, in that day, hey, the men of the Lord, hey, because you see, you people think that, hey, we're going to be out here forever. Nah, man. We're not going to be uploading these videos forever, man. You know? So the time is going to come where, hey, the Lord's going to shut this ministry. And that's going to be it. It's going to be open judgment season. But again, it says, in poverty, but thou art rich. All right, so real value is coming back to the Israelite man. It says, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So, you know, because this scripture is often used when talking about the you know, those Amalekites over there dwelling in our land, those imposters, right? You know, but this is, you know, really talking about Israelites, because, you know, during this time you had a lot of Israelites persecuting other Israelites, you know, because, you know, a lot of these jakes today, they claim that they're in the truth and whatnot. They're not really of the fold, man, you know. And hey, this is why the Lord is going to sift them out and he's going to destroy them. You know? So this could be applied to the Amalekites, the imposters, and this could be applied to the real Jews, man. Right? Jake. You know? But the point in verse 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Because again, hey, like I said, the Lord lifted up a standard back then. It's not going to be no different now. You know? Because hey, some of us are going to be getting locked up in them camps. You know? Some of us are going to be separated from our wives and children, whatever the case may be. Right? You know? But fret not, man. All right? Again, I said before, hey, this is what the Lord is building us up for, man. You know? This is what the Lord is building us up. He's building us up to, man. You know? Because hey, if that day comes and you know, we're locked up, sent off to a camp, or separated from our family, whatever the case may be. Hey, we understand this is the will of the Lord. This is how it has to go down. This is the mindset that the Lord, you know, he's building us up. He's building in us. You know. It says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried." And you see, because they just had it. To where they were talking about, matter of fact, look for that real quick. And now you see, when this information came out, they tried to do what they call damage control, right? So I'm gonna read this. Now this is something that bills that New York was looking to pass, right? But this here specifically, it says bill filed in Washington would authorize strike force to involuntarily detain the unvanessed families, right? And it says Zoom meeting on proposed agenda on January 21st, right? So again, another one of those bills that they're proposing to basically detain people and lock them up, detain people that they don't want to comply with the mandates, right? So you see, and best believe, hey, because like I said, when this came out, they tried to do damage control. They tried to say, oh, well, this isn't talking about such and such. Oh, man, eventually, you're going to have it to where people are going to be getting hauled off to these camps, right? You know, people are going to be hauled off to camps, man. You know, but again, the difference between the elect and those not of the elect, they're going to be preserved. Go back to Revelation 2:10. I'm going to read that part again. It says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. So you see, hey, because our faith is going to be put to the ultimate test. This is again, going back to the time of the hour of temptation, right? They might have you and your whole family in one of those camps, right? You know, and they might have it to where, hey, you know, if you don't take this charagma, hey, we're going to shoot your whole family in front of you. Hey, that's going to be a test for some brothers, man. You know, if you don't take this charagma, we're going to shoot your whole family in front of you. Or we might torture your family to death. That's going to be a trying of your faith. You see, and hey, man, it's a thing of, hey, you know, you see the Yahweh Shema Shah, because if you take that charagma, that's it. You're done. Like I said, you take it, you might prolong your life just a little longer. Let's say you do take it, right? And then let you and your family go, right? But eventually, somewhere down the road, hey, the Lord's going to destroy you. You may have gotten away with Esau, but you didn't get away with Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? And you see, again, the elect, hey, no matter what, they're not going to take that charagma. All right? Even if that means seeing their whole family getting offed, getting executed, getting tortured to death. All right? The elect, they're not going to bow down to this image, man. They're not going to conform to this beast. Because that's just the spirit that the Lord has in them. The Lord programmed them to be that way, to have that mindset. And again, the Lord, He's building us up to be able to withstand in that day. To say, the hell with that, man. Do what you got to do. You know? Like when you read in the Maccabees, man, the mother and her 7 children, right? How each brother was getting killed off one by one, you know? Basically, you know, they were getting tortured to death one by one, right? And hey, man, it came to one of I think it was if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was the youngest son, right? You know, here it is, he's seeing all his brothers getting offed, getting tortured to death, scalped, right? Boiled and cooked and all type of wickedness, right? But what did he do, man? Hey, man, I believe in the account he either I might have to go to it. I might have to go to it. Again, Romans 15:4. These are things that we can learn from. Because even in certain death, hey, in certain death, that's not going to shake up the elect. Because hey, some of the elect are going to be martyred. Some of the elect are going to be beheaded. Their heads are going to be put in guillotines. And then guess what? They're going to hold fast in Yahweh Shema Shai until the very end. All right? Even if they're about to be put to death, hey, you know, they're going to stand firm in Yahweh Shema Shai. So let me just look for this real quick. It's 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter. 2 Maccabees in the 7th chapter. Second Maccabees chapter 6. I'm going to read verse 17. It says, but abide a while, and behold, his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. And after him, also they brought the 6 who being ready to die. So you say, hey, you know, one of the sons, man, hey, he was ready to go, man. He was ready to die, right? It says, be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves. Because again, hey, like I said before, hey, we catch hell every single day, man. And we know and understand that, it's not the Lord just picking on us, man. It's not the Lord just being a bully. We understand that, hey, we're paying for the sins in our past lives, man. Things that we've done in our past lives. We understand that, Because, again, hey, it's not being chastened. It's not a thing of the Lord, it's not for our demise. All right? Like I said, we know and understand that we're paying for our past sins. Because contrary to what this world teaches, there is a such thing as reincarnation in the Bible. We have been here many a times. All right? That's why I said before, hey, we got to ask, man, we got to ask ourselves, what the hell did we do in our past lives, right, for us to be in this position today? But it says, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power, therefore marvelous things are done unto us. So you see, hey, again, just showing the point that, hey, the sixth son, hey, he was ready to go. He was ready to die, right? And I'm gonna jump down because when you read on down, after this sixth son, he was murdered. All right, the mother, pretty much, you had Esau. You had Esau trying to talk to the mother, right? To try to tell this last son that, hey, man, listen, man, just tell him that, hey, if he does this and that, we take care of him, we'll do this, we'll do that, blah blah blah, right? So what did the mother do? She spoke to him, right? And hey, this is the nature of our people, man. Hey, because she was probably like, oh yeah, I'll talk to him. Let me talk to him, right? And I believe in this account, he spoke to the son in the Hebrew, in the native language, right? So he didn't know what he was telling her. Or excuse me, he didn't know what she was telling the son, right? So again, when you read on down, just basically, exhorting her son, right? Basically telling her to die like a man, so on and so forth. Because again, reincarnation was a concept that our forefathers knew about, and she was explaining to him about how basically, hey, listen, man, basically I'll see you again, At some point later on down the line, hey, I'm gonna have all y'all again, whatever the case may be. You can read the account. She's basically exhorting him, right? And while she was speaking to her son, right? While she was speaking to him, verse 27, it says, but she bound herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up into this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made them of things, and were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. And what mother would tell that to her son? And nowadays, in today's day and age, right? She told her son to take his death, right? Basically take it like a man. Because again, I'm gonna read that again. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. Because again, reincarnation was a concept that our forefathers, they understood reincarnation. Hey man, this is why, hey, when you go back in the ancient world, hey man, a lot of our forefathers, man, hey, they were quick to put Jake to death. They were quick to put Jake to death because, hey, they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back anyways. 3 to 4 generations, they're gonna come back. So you see, man, hey, this is why, again, this is what gives us confidence. Because, hey, we know whatever we lose on this side, man, we're going to get it back again. Like I said, hey, for brothers that lose wives, kids, whatever, man, we lose loved ones, hey. I was, my wife was just telling me about how a family relative, another one, had passed away, and every time she talks to me about passing away of a family relative, I always tell them, man, they're good, man. They're good. They're straight, because they are. the scriptures talk about how, hey man, even the wicked, when they die, when they so-called die, because you don't really die, right? You know, but when you so-called die, the scriptures say even the wicked are at rest. You see, because all spirits, whether they be good spirits, whether they be wicked, right? You know, all spirits go back to the Heavenly Father. All right? All spirits go back to the Heavenly Father. So all the spirits, all right, when your spirit leaves your body, it goes back to the spiritual realm, and you're chilling, man. You're at rest. So you see, man, people don't understand the concept of death. You know, they don't understand the concept of death, man. Listen, man, our spirits, they just go back to the spiritual realm, and they're at rest. You see? So again, our forefathers knew this. They understood this. So this is why she told her son, take that death, man. Take it like a man. You know? So, with that being said, verse 30, it says, whilst she was yet speaking these words, so while she was still exhorting him, you know, it says, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of my law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. So you see, man, this is the type of spirit, the type of attitude we ought to have, man. While she was speaking to him, he cut her off and basically, you know, told him what y'all waiting on. And then, like I said before, that's a spirit. Like I said before, hey, we're in a spirit of let's get this thing going with, man. You know? What are you waiting on, Esau? What are you waiting on, you international bankers? Let's do what you gotta do, man. Speed this process up, man. Let's get this thing going. This is the spirit we ought to have, man. You know? So hey, man, we know what it is, man. Esau can't do nothing unless the Heavenly Father allows him to do it. Unless the Heavenly Father sanctions him to do it. So this is why when we're put in these positions, come Jacob's trouble, and some of us are locked up in camps. Some of us our heads are going to be put in guillotines, whatever the case may be, all right? This is the will of the Lord, you know? And, hey, we just got to, hey, like the mother told her son, take that death, man, or, you know, whatever our lot is, man, take it like a man. This is the will of the Lord, man, because, hey, our faith has to be tested. We have to be tried. You see, that's the point, again, going into this hour of temptation. This hour of temptation, man, is to try our faith. It's to punish the world and everyone else. But for those of us, the hopefully elect, is to try our faith. Because again, the elect, they already had the victory. They already won. These things just have to play out. It has to be manifested. You see? Because, hey, the men of the Lord, they are the men of the Lord. But, hey, the world, they don't know that. They don't see it. Well, hey, when these things happen, hey, they going to know on that day. These were those men. These were definitely the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. So, you see, these things have to play out. It has to be manifested. It has to be shown. You see? So this is why, hey man, going back to Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things. So we got nothing to worry about. We know what it is, man. We got nothing to worry about. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. So it's all just a trying of our faith. Right? You know? It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is just a complete amount, you know, a complete amount of days. You know, some might be locked up for a week, some might be locked up for months, whatever the case may be. But check this out, right? Because if there wasn't going to be a lot of death in those camps, those concentration camps, then why does it say this? Be thou faithful unto death. Right? Because again, in the same verse, it says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Right? And the same verse is telling you, be thou faithful unto death. So, hey, some of the elect are going to be martyred for this truth. All right? You know? Some of the elect, hey, they're going to be martyred for this truth. You know? Some of the elect are going to be martyred. You know? But, hey, again, we don't got nothing to worry about for those that do get martyred because, hey, they did it, man. They finished their course. They endured it to the end. And, hey, Lord's will, we're going to meet them in the air. We're going to meet them in the clouds, man, when Yahweh Shai returns. You see? It says, and I will give thee a crown of life. So all those that are martyred for Yahweh Shema Shai, you did it. You know? You finished the course, man. You finished the race. Now you got a crown. Because that's the thing about it. Hey, if you're about to be put to death, man, just know that there's a crown waiting for you. You know?
We'll head back.
There's a crown waiting for you, man. So you did it. So you got nothing to worry about. You see, this is what gives us courage, man. This is what lifts us up. Because again, these people, they don't understand death. They're afraid of death, you know? Because you simply don't understand the concept of death, you know? So, hey, for those of us that get put in those guillotines, right? Hey, you know, I mean, it's easier said than done, but hey, you know, we're going to look forward to it because, hey, we got a crown waiting for us, man. You know? The angel's going to be right there waiting to deliver us up, man, to the spiritual realm. You see, man? So, Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You see, this is why we stand boldly. This is why we make statements such as, hurry up, Esau, do what you got to do. This is why we make those statements, man. You know, because hey, the average individual, man, they might look at, you know, for saying stuff like that, they might look at you crazy, man. Well, hey, we are counted as fools for Hamashiach. You know, but again, like I said, hey, don't say, man, you counted crazy, you talk shit, you ran your mouth, right? You know, you laughed them to scorn, you called the cops, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, it has to be manifested who the real men of the Lord are. So the Lord in that day, he's going to make it known. These were my men. These were my men. He's going to make it known in that day. And that's when you people are going to be shitting bricks, man. You know, because hey, like I said, a lot of you are going to be rejected. Majority of you are going to be rejected. You see? So I'm going to get this. Because hey, man, you take that charagma, man, hey, that's it for you. There's no repentance. There's no coming back. You know? Whatever it is that you got to deal with, suck it up, man, and deal with it as a man. You know? For all of us, man. It goes for all of us. Because we don't know our lots. You know, we don't know how the Lord, you know, read our story out. What path we have to go down. We don't know. You know, but hey, we've been built up to have faith and confidence to be able to withstand in that day and to have the attitude that we have that, hey, whatever the Lord, you know, whatever his will is, so be it. You know, we just hope to have the same spirit that a lot of our forefathers had, man. Even at certain death, they didn't fold. They didn't sell their integrity, man. You know, they held firm in Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You see? So I'm gonna read this. If I can find it. So Revelation 14. Revelation 14. I'll start at verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, and that great city, because she made all nations drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Alright, so like I said, hey, the earth is in a state that it's in. You know, the whole earth life in wickedness, and a major part of that has to do with America. Babylon the Great. And that's why the Lord's going to destroy this place. Alright? It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So hey, if you take that Revelation 13, 16 and 17, right? It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture. into the cup of his indignation. So you see, hey, you take that charagma, all right, you're going to have to drink of this cup, right? And again it said, which is poured out without mixture, meaning no mercy. But like I said, we catch y'all now, but we don't understand that, hey, this is not for our demise, man. The Lord is not putting so much hell on us to destroy us, all right? You see, and with that being said, hey, the Lord is still showing us mercy. No matter what you go through, how hard it may appear to be to you, hey, this is the Lord, he's still showing us mercy. But hey, when this time comes, hey, he's not going to show no mercy. And you people, hey, the Lord's going to make you people feel it. He's going to make you people feel his wrath. All right? The Lord's going to make you people suffer to a point that, hey, man, it's going to get so bad that people are going to be looking to commit suicide, right? And you see, that's the thing. You people, you want things so easy, man. You just want everything, you know, you people don't want to work for nothing, right? You expect everything to be easy. No, man. It's going to be so bad out here. People are going to be trying to take the easy way out, commit suicide. And hey, the Lord is going to leave your spirit in your body. You know, you're going to have people saying, the hell with this shit, you know, jumping off 5-story buildings only to survive, man. You know, hey, the Lord is cold. The Lord is cold. Jumping off a 10-story building head first just to survive. And not only that, you're probably paralyzed, right? You know, and hey, man, anything happen from there, man, you're just laying there, paralyzed. You have all type of wild beasts coming to tear you apart, you know, limb from limb. You know, the Lord can do that, man. The Lord can do that. You see, scriptures talk about how, hey, man, when that day comes, hey, man, the death angel, man, hey, like I said, people are going to be looking to die, man, and no, you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with this. You know, whatever the Lord puts in you, you're going to have to suffer it. So you see, hey, the Lord's going to make you people pay. There's not going to be no mercy shown, right? No mercy shown to the wicked. So reading on, it says, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So again, y'all going to have to drink this cup, right? And that's going to come by way, ultimately, by those ICBM missiles. Because that's going to be the judgment of the Lord, man. You know, we're coming into that time of judgment, but the ultimate judgment is going to be those ICBM missiles, that fire. As I said, hey, you know, you people think that you're getting away scot-free. No, man, the Lord is reserving you for fire. And again, ultimately, the ultimate fire being those ICBM missiles. We're not talking about no average heat, man. We're not talking about regular heat. No, man. Again, the Lord's going to make you people feel it. When that fire does come, hey, like I said, hey, it's nothing for the Lord to leave your spirit in your body while your body's being pierced by that fire, man. There's nothing for the Lord to do these things. Like I said before, this is a power that you don't want to be afraid of. You know? Because, hey, the Lord controls death, life and death. Right? You know? So when it comes to, you know, basically the Lord, when he calls your spirit home, that's when he decides when your spirit leaves your body. You know? He decides when your spirit, you know, when he wants your spirit back into the spiritual realm. He decides that. So even if you're in a vicinity where a missile hits, right? You know, and you're swimming in that fire, right? Hey, if it's the Lord's will that you endure that fire for 10 more seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, all right, he's going to leave your spirit in your body to endure those 2 minutes. And then he's going to call your spirit home. But the thing is, the Lord, he's going to make you feel every bit of those 2 minutes. Every bit of that 10 seconds. 10 seconds, man, it's going to seem like 10 hours. You see? So, hey, man, this is a power you don't want to play with. You don't want to mess with this, man. You know, you people think you want smoke with the Most High. You don't want no smoke with the Most High. Y'all ain't ready for what y'all about smoke. Y'all not, you people are not ready. You people are not ready, man. But it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. So you see, tormented. Like I said, it's nothing for the Lord to leave your spirit in your body. People are going to be dying very slowly. Like I said, hey, the Lord, he can control time, right? Like I said, that 10 seconds It may seem like 10 hours, man. You know, the Lord's going to make you feel it. He's going to make you people feel it. Every inch throughout your body, man. He's going to stimulate He's going to stimulate all your senses, all your nerves and receptors or whatever, so where that you could. This is going to be the most agonizing pain that you have ever felt. You see, so hey, this is the future of America. Fire and brimstone. A lot of you people are going to get left behind in it because hey, the elect, they're going to be delivered. You see, because this is what World War III is going to lead to. It's going to lead to all these missiles. They're all going to shoot their missiles at one another, but most of those missiles are going to be shot here in America. So when we hear about World War III, hey, we get excited. This is why we get excited, because this is what this is going to lead to. This is what World War III is going to lead to. And you see, when those missiles get shot off, hey, the elect, that's when Yahweh, he's going to crack forth through those clouds, and he's going to deliver his elect. So they're not going to worry about this. They don't have to worry about this. In fact, there's another scripture that, I think that's the 15th chapter. It talks about how they're going to be looking down. They're going to be witnessing these things as they're in the chariot. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that, Lord's will. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Because, hey, in the height of World War III, this is when Yahweh Shai is going to make his second return. All right? The earth is going to be invaded with angels. All right? This is something that Esau, he's actually preparing for. You know? Esau's preparing for this. While everyone else is making a joke about it, Esau knows that this earth is going to get invaded by angels, by so-called black men. And a so-called black man talking about who you call Jesus, all right? You know, the angel, Esau knows this. And he's actually prepared for this. You see? So this is going to take place at the height of World War III, right? That's when those missiles are going to get shot off, and that's when Yahweh Shai is going to make his second entrance, his grand entrance, all right? And this is when the elect are going to get taken out of here. So you see? So just to prove that point, Revelation chapter 15 and verse 1, it says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, and then going into those missiles, all right, because right now we're in between the 6th and the 7th plague, all right? You know, the 6th plague, I believe, going into, you know, all hell break loose and the Jacob's trouble and those things, and the 7th plague going into those ICB missiles. This is going to be the final judgment. Like I said, we're coming into the time where the Lord is going to open up judgment. It's going to be open judgment season, right? But the ICB missiles, that's going to be the final judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, the final plague of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, the plague, that is the plague of Yahweh Shema Shai. So again, it says 7 angels having these 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And again, when this takes place, all right, when those ICB missiles hit America, right, and as well as throughout the 4 corners of the earth, and as the elect are getting beamed up, right, because that's when the rapture is going to take place. There's no pre-rapture before this, all right. The rapture takes place after the tribulation, all right. You see, and the rapture only pertains to the elect, because the elect, they didn't conform to the beast. They didn't bow down to this image. All right? They remain firm in Yahweh Shema Shai until the very end. All right? So this is who this pertains to. It says, verse 2, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast. So those that got the victory over the beast, those that didn't conform to the beast, they didn't take the charagma, all right? These were the ones that got delivered into the chariot. It says, and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God, right? So they're going to be standing on this sea of glass. Again, they're going to be in the chariot, you know. The exact details of how this chariot is going to look, we don't know, but you know, you can just use your imagination, right? Probably going to be like you know, just clear. So it's because again, the elect, they're going to be looking down. So you know, obviously, you know, it's probably going to be clear, you know, and they're going to be looking down on this destruction, right? as all this fire and chaos and people burning to death, the elect are going to be looking down, witnessing these things. That's why, going back to the first part, verse 2, it says, and I saw as it were a sea of glass, right? So that chariot, the elect are going to be looking down, right? Mingled with fire, all right? So and that fire is going into the destruction, all right? The final judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah, which is going to come by way of those missiles. 200 million warheads are going to hit Babylon the Great, and it's going to turn this place into a lake of fire, as you read in the same chapter, all right? And that's going to be the second death. Versus the first death, that was when the Lord destroyed the earth with water. Well, hey, this second death is going to come by way of fire. And the elect, they're going to escape the second death. As you also read about in the same chapter, the same book. All right? So, I'm going to close it out there. Hopefully this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Shema Shai brought the thumb to you sincere believers, man. To the hopefully elect. We got to keep enduring, keep on pushing. All right? Stay faithful in this thing, man, because, hey, I was just meditating on this on the way here, man. Hey, what else do we got? What else do we got, man? This is all that we've got. There's nothing to go back to. There's nothing else to look forward to. This is what it's all about, man. So put your heart into it, man. Stay diligent in this thing. Because hey, the Lord, He's requiring. Because of course we're not gonna be perfect, but the Lord is looking for those that they're at least trying, man. They're putting forth their best effort, a sincere effort at that. That's what that's all the Lord asks of us, man. A sincere effort. Which again, because it all goes back to the elect. All right, only the elect are going to put forth the sincere effort and put their best foot forward. Only the elect, and that's who this message is to. This exhortation. This is who this is for. It's all about the elect. All right, so to the sincere believers, man, may Yahweh Shema Shai provide you with protection in that day, man. All right, may the hedge of protection be about you and your families, your houses. All right, and may the Lord gird you to the elect. May He gird you up with strength, man, because we're going to need the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So with that, Lord's willing, until next time, Shalom.